Hello, hello Pisces, and thank you for joining me for your December reading. I'm Madeline, if we haven't met before, and if you're back, a warm welcome Pisces. Happy holidays to you as well, whether you celebrate, whatever you celebrate. I'm just sending you a little bit of extra love and blessings and, goodwill toward humankind. I know you're always doing your part, Pisces, to share that about, so I don't feel the same compulsion to tell you as other signs to make sure that you do that this month. But Spirit was really coming in. They wanted to give sort of a collective message to everyone to remember that this is the time of year where many millions of thoughts are entrained on miracles can happen, goodwill toward other human beings, being more aware of giving what we can. And so keep that in mind, Pisces, in your soft and wishing heart, okay? Okay, make a wish for all of us, okay? You're extra powerful at that kind of thing. So your channeled message for this month, before we get into your cards, Spirit came through with a quote from one of my favorite books, The Little Prince. And I'm going to paraphrase. But the feeling was really lovely, so I'm very curious about what your cards are going to hold. It's a very romantic book, and it's also so hopeful and transformative, because it's not about negative things not happening, it's about making sense of them in a way that, well, as the quote goes, what is essential is invisible to the eye. Only the heart truly sees. I'm paraphrasing. But what I'm getting from this for you, Pisces, is A, that is one of your greatest gifts, but B, whatever the world may present to you in a myriad of ways this month. When you think about observing your surroundings, use your heart rather than perhaps your other senses. Trust the deeper, more enduring truth than whatever you can see with your eyes. Okay? Okay. Let's get into it. Wow. Yep. Well, I did say Little Prince is very romantic. I mean, it's the time you've spent on your roses that makes them so important, as the book says. Huh. Ooh, hey. You've got some people reaching out to you this month, Pisces. Okay, I want to pull one more. Bear with me here, Pisces. I just want to get a little information. You are making a little change in your path, Spirit wants to, so we'll take it. You the boss, Spirit. Where is this path heading? Wow, there it is. Okay. Revelation. What is essential is invisible to the eye. You have a little shadow work. You have a little shadow work you're doing this month, Pisces, and don't let that scare you. It should do the opposite. It should tell you that you're powerful enough. Shadow work comes up only when we're ready for it. When we're ready to look at some things and get real. Revelation. You have a beautiful start to your reading. Two of Cups. Partnership. Union. The blending of opposites. And balanced beautifully by the Two of Pentacles. So a couple of different twos. And then, like I said, you've got a couple different pages coming in. You do have some great partnerships to work within. And I do feel like work is part of this. Some of you might work with your romantic partner, or some of you it may be like, oh, I'm in partnership with this person and it's not romantic, but damn, we really do get along great. It's like two elements coming together really beautifully. Someone is a great foil for you, and together you're making some really great changes. Where you find yourself, 10 of Pentacles, secure, happy, safe, more than enough to share. This is about your money and your work. You are balancing your skills, your budget out really well, and I feel like you've taken on a long-term project, or some of you, it's like, I've been doing this long-term project. It looks like you're carrying it very well into the future. It's not overnight, okay? It's not like a get-rich-quick scheme, But it is like a dream that you've been thinking about putting into work for a long time. Either you already, this is the time to remind you, Pisces, these are of course general readings. So it's kind of like reading your horoscope, where it's going to play out differently for every Pisces, but we are working under like the same arc of energy. So some of you are already on this path and have been for a long time. Some of you are having the revelation about like, whoa, I never thought of it this way, but I could totally do it like this. A beautiful shift in perspective. And again, between that Hanged Man and that Judgment card, makes complete sense that Spirit is talking about anything that matters is not visible with the eye, it's the heart. So something could look fucking great on paper, and everybody around you could be like, oh, that's amazing, you should totally do it. But if you're like, I don't feel it, you have to trust yourself. Okay? Okay. Be right the fuck where you are, Pisces. That's also really important. You have the Two of Pentacles, you have the Hanged Man, and then you have the Knight of Pentacles in your future. Now, this is a very, very, very good thing. I see you as dependable. I see you as moving forward, slow, steady, sustainable. Quite opposite, actually, from what is in your past of like maybe building some castles in the sky. Maybe being like, well, this would be cool, but I have no the fuck idea how I'm supposed to like get up to this cool imagination place up in the sky. Some of you have been working with somebody. I love this, okay? This isn't, this is really unique to this particular deck. But Spirit is saying that partnership between, for some of you, that Two of Cups and Two of Pentacles, like two heads are better than one. Look how you, Pisces, might be the woman pointing up like, hey, here's where we could go. And then there's somebody by your side looking at a map going, okay, well, that's awesome. And yes, let's do it. Now, how are we going to go about that? So somebody is a really wonderful foil for you, and somebody may be helping you kind of nail down, here's how we're actually going to do that. When you, okay, Spirit just said, new level, new devil. When you are upgrading your wealth, and I feel that many, many, many of you are, when you're upgrading your wealth, when you're thinking about like, I want to invest in this or that, I want to have this business, I want to own this home, I want to have this going on in my life, whatever it is, I'm building this. As we work up to new levels, we discover some of the things that may have held us back from that level, right? And that's all the devil is. The devil in Tarot's pre-Christian, so the devil was much more related to Pan, the little horny half goat, half god, half goat, half man demigod that like, you know, chased around these nymphs and got into all kinds of trouble because he really could only pay attention to his baser instincts, like manimal, right? And that's not always a negative thing. Our human or quote unquote baser instincts are there for a reason. They can also be a ton of fun, sensuality, right? But when we lean too deeply into any one of the five senses, we get a little out of balance, right? And some of you may have been overindulging a little bit. Hey, Katie. Some of you may have been staying stuck in dead-end situations that you knew that you were ready to be out of. And like I said, I feel like it's a general reading, so you're at different Pisces or at different levels on this journey. But I feel that there is progress. And then you come up against kind of like maybe a little bit of a wall. But this isn't a wall to stop you. This is a wall to scale. This is providing some friction to enhance your traction, okay? A revelation. The devil followed immediately by judgment, which is like a very opposing energy. It's interesting kind of how the images mirror each other if you're looking at them here. Judgment does not discriminate. It's the way Spirit doesn't punish you. It's the way that, have you ever had an intuition about something, Pisces, that was like crappy? Like you didn't want to believe that, but it just came through so strongly like, this relationship isn't going to last. Or, I don't think I'm going to be living here much longer. Or, oh, fuck, I think this person's doing something bad or whatever. And yet, when intuition speaks, as bad as like the intuition itself might be, like someone's doing me wrong or whatever, the intuition itself comes through with a very calm, clear feeling. Because intuition doesn't grab us around the throat and try to freak us out. It whispers in our ear and lets us make the decision. Like, very, Spirit's very into consent. Do you want to do that? I mean, that's up to you. I'm giving you the information. The rest, totally up to you. You do with this what you want, but you wanted the truth, here it is. And it comes through clear, it comes through clean, and there's a calm associated with our intuition, even when the answer is bad. And I'm not saying that all of you are going to get some kind of bad answer. I'm really not feeling that. I'm getting the feeling that a lot of you are going to get, this is unhealthy for you, or this over here is healthy for you. You know what I'm saying? Unhealthy cycles are being broken. Messengers are coming in that are inviting you to this next level, that want to help you to this next level. Again, I'm feeling partnering and group work very strongly here, and that is something that has come across with a lot of the signs. For you, though, I am feeling kind of particularly like it's a two-man, two-woman, two-partner, gender non-specific. Be anywhere you want on the spectrum. I love you all. But two people of two different minds coming together really beautifully here. And yeah, some of you may be settling down, making it official with somebody, taking something all the way. That's what I'm hearing now with the Ten of Pentacles and the position of where you find yourself, and the Ten of Wands as the key. If a lot of you have been carrying this on your back and you don't have a partner that you're working with, that is something to consider. Ten of Wands, what they're telling me with that, though, is you have a mission. You have a mission that you're willing to carry all the way, even if it takes a long time, even if it is heavy for you to carry, because it feels very spiritual in nature. And that doesn't mean that what you're, like, the job or the effort has to be necessarily, like, explicitly spiritual in nature. Like, you don't have to be reading tarot cards on YouTube or whatever. It could be my music. It could be my medical work. It could be my mission, literally, like I'm on a mission to another country, like to convert or to spread this or that. Like, this is something that it sparks your soul. It keeps your fire going. But I feel that some of you may come face to face with the fact that you maybe either need to work with someone, or you may have been kind of building castles in the sky and we need to get really firm about this plan, or else I could be Ten of Wandsing till I'm dead. You know what I mean? But I want to get somewhere. I want to get to where I can actually take this off my back and enjoy what I've built rather than carrying what I built on my back. And that's what they're saying. There are epiphanies and realizations coming up this month that are going to help you get really solid about who you are and what you want. And I want to congratulate you, Pisces, because you can't get to that level of where you're ready to do shadow work unless you're fucking ready. And Spirit is telling me a lot of you, I'm not trying to stroke your ego here, a lot of you are really smart. And sometimes you've thought your way out of things. And now you're starting to really think your way into things in the best way. I feel like you're willing to sacrifice. This is what I'm hearing. You're willing to sacrifice some of your old habits, old addictions. And yes, that can be as deep and dangerous as a substance abuse type addiction. That can also be, I have a fucking love addiction. I'm codependent as fuck. Or like, I'm addicted to the win or the chase or the whatever. So remember that addictions can run the gamut. Is there something that you're a little too obsessed with, a little too held in by? Is there something that you do or use to self-sabotage yourself? To self-sabotage yourself. I'm self-sabotaging my grammar right now. Whatever. You Your realization is coming, Pisces, and when it comes, I want you to give yourself fucking credit for having that realization, and I do want you to take action based on that realization. Some of you might have strong Aquarius placements because there's some deep crossover messaging, and if you want to go check out that video, you might be able to knit some of this together a little bit. You have help. You have help, and I see progress. I see things being brought into balance. I feel a greater sense of security coming to you. More money, honestly, for a lot of you coming in. But don't burden yourself. Share the burden, okay? Share the burden, Spirit is saying. And also, when it comes to you and when you're ready, it feels like in December a lot of you are sharing a really important message. Like you are the messenger yourself, the Page of Cups, bringing light, bringing joy, bringing reassurance to people. And if you don't already know what your 10 of Wands mission is, Pisces, if you're one of those people who feels like, well, I don't know what I'm great at, or I don't know what it is I'm here to do, think about the intersection of what you're really good at and what you really want to see change in the world. That could be on a personal one-on-one. I love to change people's lives. That could be I want to help the environment. That could be whatever. What is the intersection between what you're really good at, what you enjoy, and what you want, what maybe even like breaks your heart, what you want to see different in the world, and then begin. You can make a powerful change, and not with these huge giant leaps, but actually with, like they said, small, sustainable, one foot in front of the other. You are growing, and it might even grow like to a place that you're like, whoa, this is like more than I am, not like, can I even handle all of this? How big it's getting? You can definitely handle it, but I would also recommend that you get together with that partner, that friend, that lover, whoever this is, and share a little bit of the burden, because, you know, a burden shared is a burden lifted, and joy shared is joy multiplied. So share them both. And share with me, Pisces, what's going on? Questions, comments, stories. Do you know what this is? And if you do, please let me know, because your comments really also help me enhance my craft. It's something like I don't think necessarily people think about all the time, but when you tell me what's going on with you, it's like, oh, so that's another way to see this Hanged Man, or that's another way to see this revelation that's coming in. So I appreciate that, Pisces. And I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I really hope that this is helpful. And like I said, I hope that you have a really, really wonderful holiday season. Looks pretty good. Sending you lots of love and many blessings. And if I don't see you before then, Pisces, then I will see you in the new year. Bye, Pisces.